The leaders, the shakers, the game changers, the Millennial Movers.
Get the Red Bull in there. Red balls give you wings.
It's the only way I survive. I can see what you mean about the hair. I'm just gonna talk like this. It's like, hey, what's up, guys?
That's still in the frame. That's still in the frame.
But then no.
Hey everyone, it's Patty with Millennial Movers. Just wanted to let you know that since our interview with DJJO, he's released a brand new hit called Shy featuring Fangs under the name Karate Cactus. You should go check it out on Spotify. It's awesome. It's lit. Now here's the rest of our interview.
Well, hi. I'm DJJO or JO, whatever you want to do. It's my initials, so you can figure it out if you want.
So like, what do you do and how did it start?
How it started, I mean, if we go way back into my past, like when I was in university in South Africa, I was like the only one that really knew how to find music online because like I was on Napster and Emule and LimeWire and all this stuff, and I just used to fill up an MP3 player with all these remixes that no one had. So everyone used to call me to go to their parties to bring my little creative zen, if you guys remember what those were, to the parties, and I would be playing there. And then I remember once I went to a bar and they just had a computer playing. I was like, do you mind if I just plug in my MP3 player? Yeah. And the bar owner was just like, I really like your musical taste. Do you want to come here every weekend and just select songs? So I was literally sitting there on Winamp with a crossfade selecting. So this is how this now keep in mind this is
what year is this?
2007. So like, keep in mind that like I didn't really fully look into the DJ side of things until after.
Why were you passionate about it?
I've always been passionate about music. I really love music, even though I don't play any instruments. I just really love music in all different kinds of genres. And it continued when I moved here. My best friend Sinna, he was a DJ, and one day he was just like, "Do you want me to show you?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay." And he just showed me like pretty much the A, B's, and C's, the basics of it, and I just took the ball running, and I just kept researching and learning and picking up stuff off of different people that came around me.
So what inspires you?
Whew. Just pretty much music, like anything, any kind of music, anything new, like that's pretty much the inspiration, like where it boils down from, and be able to know that you either created or found music and you can like project it to a crowd and create a vibe and an energy in a room and know that like you did that. Like that's what really inspires me, to be able to move and curate the emotions of a room like with my two hands pretty well. And I have like a structure to my set too, like I make sure I take people like on a decent emotional journey, and then like right at the end I play a bunch of like sexy songs because I'm like, I'm gonna be everyone's wingman right now, and then that's it.
So on the other side, what's the hardest thing about being a DJ?
Being able to read a crowd. It's definitely the hardest. It's like if you don't have it, then like, I mean, I know a lot of guys that just go up and be like, hey, I only play this kind of music, and if you don't like it, suck it. You know what I mean? And like, sometimes at the end of the day, the main reason why like you make music and you play music is not like really for yourself, it's for everyone else. Because why would you be selfish? Like if you want to DJ for only what you want to DJ, stay home and DJ for yourself.
Yeah, like before you kind of started in 2007, like did you see it anywhere? Did you feel it anywhere that you're like, man, that's sick, like I gotta do that, I love it, I gotta keep listening to that?
It's actually really funny is that when I realized that I needed to step my game up because Winamp wasn't going to cut it, I asked my dad. I was like, it was for like my 17th birthday, I think it was, 18th birthday, yeah. And he was just like, I was like, can I get turntables for my birthday? And his response was, fuck no. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, no, you got to be an engineer. Your grandfather's an engineer. I'm an engineer. Your older brother's an engineer. You got to be an engineer. So then at 2007, that dream kind of just like fizzled. So I didn't really pursue it as much as I could until I moved back here in about 2011 and became friends with Sinna. And then he basically took me under his wing.
Yeah. So did the people around you here kind of take that to a whole nother level, or was it?
Yes, it was definitely him. And then like when I met my manager, he was bringing a lot of events to Newfoundland and a lot of DJs from around the U.S. and the world. and I would go to, obviously I'd probably open or be at every show, and I like the whole time I would be dissecting and trying to figure out what he's doing, and then pick out the pieces that I enjoyed the most, and then I guess Frankenstein what I learned from all these other guys into like what I am right now.
Nice. Where's best venue you ever played in?
Recently,
Yeah.
it would have to be last year, Cowboys tent opening up for the Chainsmokers. So 10,000 people in a tent, 45 degrees
man.
Celsius, smelled like hot vomit and beer, but it was lit. It was absolutely lit. Meeting the Chainsmokers was pretty dope. It was really cool because you see that like the way they're projected on social media, but then you're hanging out with them and they're just one of the guys. You know what I mean? We're in the green room being stupid, just pretty much just getting lit pretty well, just like you would with your buddies at the cabin. You know what I mean?
Kind of going there. I know you started touring with Neon Dreams.
Yeah.
So can you kind of talk about that for a little bit? How did you kind of get in there with them, and how's that going for you guys?
So it started off with me just doing shows with them. Like they came to Newfoundland a couple times. Like they did the Jib Fest that I wasn't at because I hurt my knee, and then I went down there and I did a tour with them, and things really clicked really well. It made sense because they're a full electronic band, and I would open, they would do their set, and I would close. So like they would be able to do their meet and greets after, and I would maintain the floor or whatever. And then just like moving down the road, like I ended up being offered the position as their DJ, which changed everything for me really, because it's a lot different when you're just DJing and it's just you, and then all of a sudden you throw a drum kit, a guitarist, and a lead singer, and then there's 3 other guys on stage that you actually have to share the energy and the stage with, and like figure out where you belong.
Yeah.
And it's a lot different, but it's great, and like I've been with them now for like 2 years now. Nice. And wouldn't change it for anything, to be honest.
Has anyone ever told you you'd fail? And well, you kind of answered that question. I haven't heard.
Yeah.
You already hit that.
I know.
one
I already
already.
hit that. Well, first of all, my dad was just like, "What are you doing?" And it's actually funny. Like my dad didn't think that this was going to be a thing because he didn't like DJing was like not like that was the weird guy at the bar when he was going to university that just like didn't like he just DJed, that's it, and didn't go anywhere. But actually, he came to one of my first shows a couple of years ago, and he's like, okay, like, now I get why you're doing this. And then actually, this weekend, he was at my birthday at Club One, and he pulled me aside, and he was just like, it's like, never thought I'd say this, but I'm really proud of how you've managed to turn this into something like it is now. And I was just like, sick, this is a great birthday present. But like, long story short, a lot of people told me I was going to fail because it's just, I mean, they don't see beyond like me standing there, I guess, pushing buttons. They don't see that there's other things involved that like it can grow and and develop into. Yeah. It's no longer just being a DJ. It's being a full package, like the full personality, the full like just providing all aspects of revenue, which is all possible.
What challenges have you faced kind of getting your business off the ground?
It's hard. It's hard to say that because like I guess the biggest challenge is that for me is expanding. Like I managed to do very well here on the island thanks to like the radio show on Oz FM and working on George Street for 5 years. I have the ability to like go out to like Clarenville, Marystown, and like Gander, and still get a decent crowd to come out and see me because they tune into the show. But as soon as you step off the island, it was hard because it was all word of mouth. It's like, hey, trust me, like I'm a good DJ, like let me play, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's because like they're just like, oh, we got like 5 or 6 of you that we already booked, so like why are you any different?
Yeah.
So having to prove yourself in these new markets and new cities, win over crowds that you've never ever like played for before is like probably the biggest challenge.
So like for a kid who wants to DJ, but maybe doesn't know what goes into it, what does it take? Like, what does it really take to be a good DJ, to be a successful DJ, I should say?
Really just like to fall in love with what you're doing, fall in love with the music. Like, you shouldn't want to become a DJ because you want to make money, you want to meet girls, you want to party all the time. Those are all bonuses to like actually being able to master, because it's an art form. It's a craft. Like it's been one of the I think it's the 5 elements of hip hop. You know what I mean? Like it's without the DJ, there was no MC. You know what I mean? So like for anyone starting out, like thanks to YouTube, for example, there's tutorials everywhere on how to learn from the basics to advanced techniques, and then just like find an idol and like study them, and if you have an opportunity to go see them, even better. I'm gonna say personally, and I don't know who else, I know that you interviewed Brandon and a couple other people, but what helped me in my success the most was branching out of the island and bringing what I learned back to help grow the culture here. I guess if I had to give any advice to anyone watching this, like, don't be afraid to leave. Just never forget where you came from.
You know, the internet, everything's changing so fast. What do you think DJing, and what do you think the landscape's going to be in the next year or two for DJs? Like, because like someone made it, some are worldwide figures now. Like,
yes.
You didn't really hear about that 20 years ago. Like, you'd see these guys in
No.
different cities, and now you can be like a real figure, like even like pop figure.
Yeah.
So where do you think it's going in the next couple of years?
It's definitely going to be a lot harder to make it as a worldwide DJ, because there's still events that exist, like the Red Bull 3 Style, which is a DJ competition like based solely on like technique and skill, song selection, and so on, judged by some of the greats like Jazzy Jeff and Scratch Bastard. And like if you compete in that or become the winner of that, you're considered a global DJ. You're recognized. It's a stage that you get recognized on. Then there's the other side of things, where producers and people that are making the music that artists are singing on, their way of making income is touring as that DJ. So for example, Marshmello does a song with Selena Gomez. He tours as Marshmello and plays that song that he made with Selena Gomez. And that's like, right now, those are like pretty much the 2 avenues if you want to branch out of like just like your local hub. And like it's either learn music production or become an amazing technical DJ and like compete.
And is there any aspirations you have on either one of those trajectories? Where do you see yourself?
I mean, I can't say anything yet, but I'm leaning heavily towards the production side of things. I might have some projects coming out in the next year. Basically, that's to help take my career to the next level.
Nice. Well, that'll give us a nice excuse to follow up when that does happen.
Yes.
When stuff comes together. Yeah. Well, last thing is just where can people find you online?
Yeah. Google me. No, don't Google me. It's all my socials are DJJO 709, like on everything. I don't know how I managed to get it on every platform, but I did. No one tried to steal it from me.
All right, thanks, man.
Oh, no problem.
Great.
Thank you guys for having me.
Anything you want to say to the viewers here?
Stay frosty, San Francisco.
That's a wrap.
And we're out.